hell? What's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on, you guys? It's me, your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What's going on? All right, so we're gonna get into some things. By the time we get to the 5 minute mark, that's when we're gonna get into some things. But before we get into anything, let me let you guys know what we got. So be sure to support my best friend Sammy. He has a t-shirt line called Shifted, and it's exclusively available on Etsy. So make sure you guys go and pick up the shirt. Make sure you guys go and support him. Make sure you do all of those things because he's a good person, good guy, a fellow Mississippian that's doing big things in the Dallas area. So make sure you guys go and pick up his shirt called Shifted. His shirt line called Shifted, and it's available exclusively on Etsy, you guys. So that's pretty much the gist of that, y'all. Now, what was I finna get into, y'all? Listen, I wanted to do this live earlier today, but baby, your boy needed a haircut. I ain't been to the barber shop in 3 weeks, and look, I look amazing. Don't you think so? I look absolutely amazing. Oh my God. Like I just feel like I look good as fuck. Like I really do. I really feel like I look good as a motherfucker right now. Like the confidence be on 10 whenever I get my hair cut, y'all. And I just feel great. So I didn't want to get on here. That's why y'all have been seeing me wear hats a lot of what is it? A whole lot of beanies and shit. I've been wearing a whole lot of those things as of late due to the fact that I, for whatever reason, I couldn't get in contact with my barber. I had text my barber on Monday, well, about 2 weeks ago, asking for a haircut, and they didn't get my text. And when I saw them today, I said, well, I ain't been here in a while because I have been trying to contact you, and I didn't get a response. And so it was like, well, child, I didn't get your message. So they showed me they text messages, and it was like, oh, I didn't receive it. And I'm like, I wonder why. So sometimes them text messages can be very, 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 very fucked up, and it'll keep you from getting what you need to get. So shout out to my girl Keisha, who's also my cousin, who cuts my hair weekly. Okay. So shout out to Keisha. And I get a family discount. You know, haircuts these days is $40 and $50, and I ain't got time to be paying that much money for no fucking haircut at this moment in time. I just ain't got time. I don't call me cheap, call me whatever, but I come up in the days where haircuts used to be $10, $15, and $20. And now, if you want a decent haircut, you gotta pay between $40 and $50 for a haircut. You do. And that's crazy. Ain't nobody got time for all that. What was we at? So well, listen, let me see. I don't have any moderators in the chat right now. So it's like 31 of you guys up in here so far. So what I need for you guys to do, there are no moderators in here. So make sure everybody is on. I need to make sure that everybody's on their best behavior. As a matter of fact, since there are no mods in here, I'm gonna make somebody a mod in here because I've been meaning to do that, but and I haven't had a chance to. But so since there is no moderators in here, let me go ahead and make this person a mod because I feel like they deserve it and they really do support me, and I see their support that they give me on other platforms, whether it's this one or not. My own platform or anybody else's platform, they're always very supportive and always having my back. So I just made you a moderator, D-Boy to Envy. So that's a new moderator now. D-Boy is definitely a new moderator. He's always having my back. So we at the 5 minute mark. It's 32. You guys have been here so far. So I need 32 of you guys in the chat engaging. And I also need all 32 of you guys to leave fire in the chat and things like that. Okay. So with that being said, we're about to go ahead and get into today's show. So let's go ahead and get into it. So make sure you're leaving fire in the chat as we get into the show. So we're going to start off with Giselle and Robin. Okay, let's get into that. So Giselle and Robin, they were on Reasonably Shady, and they were actually talking about they were actually talking about Love and Hip Hop being canceled and how we're now down to the last episode, which was Tuesday. And I saw this as I was like trying to get some stories together and see what I wanted to talk about today. And I felt like this was pretty interesting. And I don't know if y'all be paying attention to their podcast. I mean, I don't really be paying no attention to their podcast until the blogs pick up whatever the fuck they be talking about. But however, we're going to go ahead and get into what they had to say about the cancellation of Love and Hip Hop. And of course, I'll be back to finish off the commentary with my own commentary. So let's go ahead and get into what Giselle and Robin had to say on Reasonably Shady about Love and Hip Hop franchise ending.
TV has across the board canceled all unscripted.
Right. Oh, that's
unscripted
crazy.
Is gone. So Jersey Shore, they have canceled. They have canceled Basketball Wives, and they have canceled my favorite beloved show, Love and Hip Hop.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to Love and Hip Hop. I'm so angry about it. How am I going to know what Scrappy is doing? How am I going to know which girlfriend is up next? How am I going to know if him and Baby get back together? I need to know these things.
Yes,
I got to go to Atlanta and walk the streets and just find out.
They gotta keep it going somehow.
Maybe they'll go to some sort of MTV is streaming. Isn't that streaming? No, is MTV? Wait a minute. No,
I mean I'm sure everything can be streamed now.
Yes,
but is there an actual I don't even know if there's a channel you turn to. Does it have a?
I don't know, but I'm gonna call Mona Scott and I'm gonna let her know.
Something.
I'll invest in them going to some sort of streaming outlet because we got to keep it going.
Yeah, I think they can move to. I mean, they can definitely go to Zeus.
I don't know.
You don't want to download Zeus. That's where you draw the line.
That's where I draw the line. I'm not downloading Zeus.
I bet you $8 million.
They're going to Zeus.
If they go to Zeus,
I'm downloading.
You're downloading Zeus.
I gotta know what's going on with my people. Yes, and then there's
you need to make a cameo. Can you go date Scrappy?
No.
Can you be the next one to date Scrappy?
And I would be in the palace because his mama calls all of his girls like her house is like the palace.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Does it look like a palace?
No, it does not.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, I if there is a petition, I'm going to join the petition.
Yeah.
Yes. So MTV, I don't know what y'all doing. They didn't say, okay, we're just going to scripted now. Yeah. Maybe scripted is cheaper.
But what? I don't think so. But okay, so what is MTV? So scripted meaning what? What shows are on MTV?
I think they're going to try to get some new shows, maybe get programming, maybe do movies, maybe. Oh, I think movies. I think they said movies.
Really?
I don't know. I saw Gia Giudice, shout out to Real Housewives of New Jersey, and she was breaking it down. She knew all the information. Yeah, I love me a little Gia. She's the sweetie pie.
Okay, so
she's very pretty.
This is, let's see, I'm reading this. MTV is not shutting down entirely, but its parent company, Paramount Global, permanently discontinued its remaining 24-hour dedicated music television channels worldwide.
Yeah, well, we knew that.
The shutdown affected 5 channels, MTV Music. Okay, those. All right, that's
okay, but we don't want... who wants a music video?
Yeah, that's not the answer that I was looking for.
No, no one wants a music video. Who cares?
AI.
Yes.
Google AI. This is not the answer I was looking for.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. MTV, you got some explaining to do, and you need to explain it to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
MTV has across the board.
All right, you guys. So that was Giselle and Robin on Reasonably Shady. And they were talking about, how MTV has canceled Jersey Shore, VH1 has canceled Basketball Wives, and Love and Hip Hop is also gone at this particular moment. And y'all already know how I feel about it. So we ain't even got to go there. But I am very saddened that Love and Hip Hop is gone. I don't care what nobody say. We can, because when I was up here saying, well, Love and Hip Hop is gone, I'm very sad about it. Everybody was kind of looking at me crazy, like, why are you going up for this show? And it was detrimental to Black people and stuff. It wasn't detrimental to me. None of them motherfuckers on that show made me want to do anything that I did not want to do on that show. Okay, none of them did. All I know is that when shit was going on that show, all I know is that when it came down to it, there were people on that show that I related to, and I've seen those situations on that show happen right before my very eyes. So I did not have any issues with Love and Hip Hop being on the air, and it was entertaining, and it took me away from the anxieties of my own goddamn day. I'm just being honest with y'all. But I hate that Love and Hip Hop is going. Now, what they can do is move it to streaming and just let the shit play on Paramount. Because, you know, a lot of shit is moving to just streaming only. Like, because who has cable? Let's start there. Nobody really has cable anymore. I haven't had cable since 2016. Okay. 2016 or 2017 was the last time I had cable. I've been watching shit on my Roku since 2017. Roku has all of the apps on there. Like, I watch anything on Bravo because Philo doesn't have Bravo. I watch Bravo on Sling or Peacock. I watch all my other shows on Philo, like Love and Marriage Charlottesville. Any other show outside of Bravo is on my Philo. And then what else is going on? And I got Paramount Plus for certain stuff if I want to watch old shit. Like, I haven't watched cable in a long time. So when I moved out here to Atlanta, and moved in with Jamar or whatever, I even told him, he said, well, I don't really have cable. I said, well, baby, go to Walmart, get you a little Roku. I know I got the most expensive Roku. I paid $100 for mine when I first bought mine, but you can go to Walmart, get you a $30 Roku. You know, put whatever apps you need on there and you can watch TV with the Wi-Fi. I mean, that is what it is. So that's pretty much the gist of that. So I don't know, but I do think that they could go to Paramount and still work out. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Love and Hip Hop has been good. I know that when I think that the pandemic actually killed Love and Hip Hop, because when they came out in 2021 with the new season, they had been gone for literally over a year. So when they came back out, the format was different. The girls wasn't filming with one another. They had all these new people on there like Young Baby Tate, Amaretta the Great, and Rennie Rucci, and none of those girls was even interacting with the older crew or whatever. So it was like, so why are they here? And so Amaretta the Great was a great addition because she is an AT alien and she will let you know what's Atlanta and what's not. You feel what I'm saying? But I enjoy what she brought to the show, but I think it would have been better if they had the new girls all interact with everybody else that's on this show. So I honestly don't know, but Love and Hip Hop, once it moved to MTV and they got this new production team, because if you don't know, Mona ain't been over Love and Hip Hop since season 8. That's the last time Mona was even over Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She left Love and Hip Hop Atlanta alone, and then they got those producers, Big Fish Entertainment. And if you don't know what production company that is, Big Fish Entertainment is the same production company that was producing and filming Black Ink Crew. So when Mona and her production company left, they moved over to Big Fish. That's who was producing it. And then when they moved over to MTV, Antoinette Media started producing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed Antoinette Media's portion of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I really did. It was really good to me and I enjoyed it. The only thing was it would never be like Mona. Mona knew exactly what to do with Love and Hip Hop. Mona made sure we had a show, and people can sleep on Mona all they want to, but Mona knows how to give you good TV. Escape Still Kicking It was a good show. SWV and Escape Show was a good show. They know she knew how to give a good show. That's what she knew how to do. She knew how to give a good show. She knew how to produce a show. She knew what to do. But you know, people don't want to give Mona her tens, but that's it. But I am, and y'all know I normally don't agree with Giselle and Robin on much of any goddamn thing, but I definitely agree with Giselle when she says that Love and Hip Hop needs to keep going. Now, what I don't agree with was Robin saying that Love and Hip Hop can be on Zeus. I don't want them to be on Zeus. Now you're going too far by putting them over there on Zeus. I personally feel like they can just have a life on Paramount Plus, just like Divorce Sisters and the Miss Pat Show and all the other shit. They can be right over there on Paramount Plus, and we can continue to watch it there. That's how I feel, because I know damn well I'll be watching it on Paramount Plus. Okay, so rest in peace to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I'm gonna try to hook up with Pierre Evident Entertainment so we can come together and do like this little, because we normally do like a Love and Hip Hop Atlanta wrap up or something like that, and we're probably gonna do that. But what I'm not watching is Love and Hip Hop Miami, which is also on their last season, because Boots is on there showing her ass looking like a fucking idiot. But that's it. That's all I want to come down to that. So let's move on to the next story. Let's get into Dr. Heavenly. Now, if you've been watching Married to Medicine, then you know that Dr. Heavenly was running for District 13 in the Georgia district race or whatever. And this is what's going on with that. Let's get into that story. So Dr. Heavenly's bid for District 13 ends because despite an effort, Dr. Heavenly's bid for GA District 13 ends as she came into second place with winner Jasmine Clark. Okay, so we do know that. So let's get into what she had to say, because she said it was not over yet. So I'm trying to get to this. So let's get into it, y'all.
Listen, I want to take time to thank all of the people that supported me, all the volunteers that called, all the people that raised money, all the people that helped and had hope. And I want to tell you, this is not over. We're going to come back. I've already called Jasmine Clark and congratulated the queen. I'm sure she'll do an amazing job. I'm so proud of her, but I'm also very proud of you. We did something different. We made history and we ran for Congress, baby, and we came in number 2. And I ain't mad at nobody. Thank you guys so much again for your support. You want to say something, Daddy?
Thank you all. I know you worked so hard and we're proud of you. We love you guys for all you did with us.
I want to make sure that we all know to stand together behind Jasmine Clark, because we cannot let a Republican win. We need to keep this seat Democratic. So I want everybody to come together behind Jasmine Clark. She won fair and square, and I'm sure she's going to do a great job. But not just her. We have so many other candidates that did just a great job. Keisha Lance Bottoms. Listen, we cannot give up. We cannot give in. If they rechange our lines, if they redraw our district, we get bigger. We start motivating. We start getting together and actually strategizing to make sure that we keep our voting rights intact. Again, I'm Dr. Heavenly Kimes, and this is Dr. Damon Kimes, and we're going to continue to fight by giving away free dentistry, making sure we still do our health fairs, our giveaways. We thank you for everything you've done, and we're going to continue to work hard. Thank you. Dr. Heavenly Kimes here. Listen, I want to take time.
Okay, y'all. So that was Dr. Heavenly, and that was basically her giving praise to Jasmine Clark, who actually won this race and things like that, and how she's definitely, being a good sport about it, telling everybody that we need to keep this seat blue and not red. We need to keep this seat blue and not red and all that other good stuff. And I definitely get it, and I definitely understand it, and I do agree. However, can I just be honest? And I don't want to come across negative, and I don't want to come across like I'm shitting on somebody. But let me just say this: are we surprised that she didn't win? I'm just trying to see if we're surprised that she didn't win, because for me, I knew she wasn't winning. I didn't think that anybody was going to vote for Dr. Heavenly. I'm just being for real. Like, because I'm going to sound so horrible and so harsh, and I don't want to sound like that. But Dr. Heavenly was never in danger of winning this race. I never felt like she was, because I don't think that anybody is going to take her seriously based off of her character on reality TV. Now, one can say that, well, our president is who he is, and he had reality TV antics. And to be honest, you got a point. If you do feel that way, you got a point. Because listen, I would never I would never sit up here and vote for Donald Trump. Number one, I feel like he's a racist, and number two, I feel like he's homophobic, and number three, I don't think that he's for me or anybody in any community that I'm in. So I never would have voted for Donald Trump, and I didn't vote for Donald Trump at all. I voted for Kamala Harris. That's who the fuck I voted for. But I'm not surprised that Dr. Heavenly didn't win. And if she won, that would have been a beautiful thing, if you ask me. Like, it would have been great if she won. That would have been another notch off her belt and things like that if she won. Like, I wouldn't have been mad about it. But did I ever think that she would win? No. I didn't think that she was gonna win. I'd never seen it in the cards for her to win this, like, at all. Like, didn't. Just being real. Like, I didn't. So I don't know. I'm not shitting on her for losing, but I really do. I think Married to Medicine is filming now, if I'm not mistaken. So I already know that with her losing, these girls are already at her neck. I already know they're gonna be a her neck. Toya, Brandy, all them girls, they're gonna be a her neck. You already know they're gonna be a her neck. And honestly, I can't wait to see it, child. Let me look at what hey Feisty. Scotty, you is glistening. You are moisturized tonight. All right, skin. Why, thank you. But yeah, so shout out to Dr. Heavenly for actually trying to do something different and just stepping out, you know, according to the people. Dr. Heavenly really do care about her community. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. Okay. Let's move on to the next topic because I'm trying to get through this. I'm not rushing, but the K Michelle of it all, it's going to be a lot for me to get through because this whole press run of hers has been a lot and I have a whole lot to say about it. So I'm not trying to rush through this, but the K Michelle of it all really is going to take a lot of my time. And plus we got roasted review at 8:00. So I'm trying to finish this in a timely manner, y'all. So if it feels like I'm rushing, this is the reason. But let's go ahead and get into the next. And that is Miss Wendy Osefo and Eddie Osefo. Now we're going to get into this right here, okay? Let me put this up here. Where we at? Okay. So it states, Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie Osefo's insurance fraud trial will take place in January of 2027, and the couple will be tried together. Okay. So this is what was being stated. The insurance fraud trial for Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie is set for January 25th through the 29th of 2027. They appeared in court today on May the 20th for a status conference where the joint trial dates were established. The couple was indicted in October on multiple charges related to an alleged burglary at their home in April of 2024, claiming $450,000 in stolen items. Investigators found that the items were returned for refunds before the reported theft. Okay. So that is coming from the Baltimore Banner, written by Jerry Jackson from the Baltimore Banner. Okay. So that is Wendy and Eddie. They will be tried together. They were trying to be, trying to be, separate with the trials, but they will be tried together. Let me tell you, this is so difficult for me to say because I love Wendy. I've grown to love Wendy. When she first came on this motherfucker, I did not like Wendy at all. I honestly did not. But let me just tell y'all, Wendy and Eddie, if y'all go to jail, it's what y'all deserve. Because what on earth made y'all think that y'all was going to get away with that? For real. For real. What made y'all believe that y'all was ever getting away with this type of thing? You feel what I'm saying? Like, y'all are way too smart to be so dumb. No, for real. Y'all are too smart to be so dumb because anybody could have told y'all that y'all are not going to get away with this. Like, y'all can. And if y'all do, if y'all are able to, not do no jail time and just not really do no jail time, but also just be on probation or some shit like that, then I would be very surprised. And I would definitely want to know, how in the fuck are y'all able to get away with this? That's it. That's all. Like, how y'all able to get away with that? I would be very surprised. I won't be mad, but I'd be very surprised that even happened, that y'all was able to move past this without any jail time. But the biggest part that I'm really upset about is the kids. My thing is, did y'all even think about those kids when y'all was doing the shit that y'all was doing? Did y'all even think about them? Were they even on y'all minds when that happened? I'm just really being honest. I'm just really being for real, though. Like, let's all be for real. Were you thinking about your children? As Latasha Scott would say on Thug Holiday, what about the children? What about the children? What about them? Did you think about them when you were trying to steal that damn money? Like, seriously. These are the questions that I need answers to. Did you think about the children when you took that money? Seriously. This wasn't smart. This was not a smart thing to be fucking doing. It just wasn't. It wasn't. And there's some people that's rallying for you guys and free Wendy, free Eddie, all that. No, I'm not saying free Wendy, free Eddie for a motherfucking thing. Because if it was one of us, they'll be wanting our asses to go to jail. So all I'm saying is, you do the crime, you need to do the goddamn time. And that's just it. Now, for the sake of the kids, I hate this for them. I don't want that for them. It's not cool for them. They shouldn't even have to be going through this type of shit. But they mama and daddy wasn't thinking about their kids when they was dealing with the shit that they was dealing with. That's all I'm saying. So, Wendy, I hope y'all get some type of situation where y'all are able to really move the way y'all need to and get what y'all need to get. That's all I can say about that. I really hope so. But if you don't, then I'm not surprised and I won't be upset about it, honestly. And that's just it. But I'm still rooting for y'all. And I don't want y'all to go to jail, but for the shit that y'all was doing, y'all really and truly slick deserve that. Okay. Now a part of me feels like we kind of talked about this already the other day, but I'm not really certain about it. I should have just went on and figured it out on my own to see if we talked about this already, but I'm not really sure. I know we talked about Shamea the other day, but I don't think we talked about this. But however, Shamea did an interview with Virtual Reality, and she was saying how she was disappointed with Cynthia being shaded with Drew and how things gets darker with Angela as the season goes along. Let's get into it.
Cynthia and Drew were kind of having their chit chat on the bed.
Their shady moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, that was real hard to see. I mean, we expect that from Drew, right? But Cynthia, I was a little disappointed seeing it. So I've been friends with her, or at least thought we were friends for a very long time. But you know what? You got to just see people for who they are and take them exactly how they are. It's all good.
Did you reach out to her after you saw?
No, why?
Okay.
She said what she felt and they said what they thought. But I think it's crazy how, you know, just your light, your joy that you have, people can be so intimidated by it to where they want to make it about something else. Mm-hmm. Oh, she's twerking to mask some things that she's really feeling deeply. No, maybe I'm just twerking because I'm really happy. I have a lot of things to be joyful and happy about. But don't you see how everyone else is bringing up Portia? Not me.
Yes, I feel actually you and Portia are the two not bringing up each other, but everybody else is bringing it up. Do you guys ever like talk about that you're like, everyone is trying to make something big? I don't know. I don't want to say bigger than
I tried to talk about it last year and you see how that ended up.
Yeah.
History repeats itself. And that is exactly what's happening right now. So I'm okay with where I'm at with it. We're in a good space. I'm over here, she over there, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, okay. And I feel like you got to a place of just realizing maybe that's where it is best for you both.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How are you and Angela? Oh gosh.
Angela's just messy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, she's messy.
Is it a type of mess that now that you know her messy nature, you're like, I can grow to appreciate and just be like, oh, that's Angela being Angela?
At first I thought we had like a playful back and forth, playful banter, like okay, you know, you throw shade, I'll throw shade. But you'll see, just keep watching. It gets really dark and disrespectful and hurtful, especially coming from a married woman.
Oh.
Okay.
Cynthia and Drew.
So that was Shamea, where she was saying that she was disappointed in Cynthia for being shady with Drew because she thought that they were friends. And then she talked about how Angela was hurtful to her by the end of the season and how dark and disrespectful it got with Angela towards the end of the season. So let me just go ahead and say this. And I've said this over and over again. I personally am not on the whole hate train for Shamea. I'm just not on it. I'm not on the hate train for her. I don't think that Shamea is any worse than anybody else that I've seen on this show. But the way I feel about Shamea is pretty much the same way that I felt about Kiana. Like everybody was on it. I hate Kiana train last season of Potomac, and I just wasn't on it. Like, Kiana was annoying as fuck at times, and her points didn't land, but I didn't hate her. The same thing with Shamea. Shamea can be corny. She can be long-winded in her damn confessional. She says some weird shit sometimes, but I don't think that she's any worse than anybody else that I've seen on this damn show. So I'm not on the hate train. Now, Cynthia, her being upset with Cynthia, Cynthia always have been like two-faced. So I mean, that ain't nothing new. Like, you watching Cynthia be shady with Drew in their room after y'all done had this little back and forth or whatever, that ain't nothing that's surprising to me. Like, that's who Cynthia always have been. Like, Cynthia have always gone with the wind fabulous. She's always done that since she's been on the show. So this ain't nothing new to me, but I don't think that that's anything for you to be so mad and so hurt by. I mean, y'all are on a shady ass show. So it ain't really nothing that that you should be that upset about, in my opinion. And when it comes down to Angela, I've been, the people be mad when I say it, but y'all know I don't give a fuck at this point. Angela is messy as fuck. She get away with every damn thing, and people act like you can't say shit about her, and she's annoying. And but I'm not asking for her to leave, because at the end of the day, you need unlikable people. You need people that are messy like Angela, who carries the bone. You need those people. So I'm not gonna, be saying I need for Angela to go, because I don't need for her to go. She's doing what she's supposed to do. But is she irritating sometimes? Absolutely. Does she start shit all the time? Absolutely. But I want to know what was so dark that Angela did that hurt you so bad for you to say that to us now, because now it's making me wonder what actually happened between you and Angela going forward. That's what I want to know. And Angela has called you a fake bitch recently in these interviews of hers, so that's another thing for another day. But that's it. That's all. But that's it on Shamea. That's all I really had on Shamea. It's really no need for me to really be staying on her, to be quite honest. Let's move on to the next topic, and then and after this, it's all about K. Michelle after this. So let's get into Candiace Dillard. Now, Candiace Dillard is on this podcast called Undomesticated, and Candiace has some things to say about K. Michelle and her performance on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she says that she is not buying that K. Michelle. She says she's not fully buying what we're being shown regarding K. Michelle feeling plotted by the rest of the group. Now, this is what Candiace said. This ain't no Scotty thing. This is what Candiace said. So we're going to listen to what Candiace had to say. And then once we get done listening to her, then we're going to get into it. Let's get into what Candiace had to say.
There are thousands of hours of footage that is recorded. It is very strategic the way that things are cut and chopped and screwed in place. Yeah. And in the effort to make interesting story, they will, and they can, and they say that they can, cut things to make you look how you don't look. So when something seems like it's happening out of place, it's not happening out of place. They cut it to make it look that way. So I'm not saying this is what's happening, but it could be that, Kay is
scene with somebody.
Something is being cut out. She's being baptized by fire. She's having her rookie season, her newbie season, and she's being hazed by everybody. Everybody meaning front and back of house. Because it doesn't make sense to me that she would just come out of nowhere and be like, "You all are attacking me." Something was taken out. Some puzzle piece is missing. Because Kay is not new to this game. This is not her first rodeo. She knows how this works. And as you said, she is familiar with the show. She's watched the show, I'm sure. Even if she hasn't, she's had her own rodeo on Love and Hip Hop. She knows how this works. So it's lost on me that she would just come on and suddenly lose all of her savvy and knowledge and just sit there and be like, they're attacking me and I feel like everyone is coming at me. No, something happened, whether it was a producer told her something, a blogger sent her something, and maybe because the network doesn't want to give air to bloggers, they didn't say what it was, but they just are kind of letting it look like she is crazy and leaving out the part where she says, I heard this or I was told that. Kind of similar to the Phaedra and Candy of it all, when Phaedra kept saying she heard it
she heard it, but we never hear who she heard it from. Because the it allegedly was somebody behind the scenes and they were trying to protect the house. So something is missing. And I don't believe that Kay is just like losing her mind, because it looks like she's losing her mind and everybody's making her look like she's crazy. And the easiest thing for the cast to do is go with that, because it makes good, interesting TV and it keeps the heat off of them. It's like, oh, let's keep making her look like a lunatic so that we don't have to look like lunatics or talk about what we have going on or what we don't have going on. So I'm not inclined to immediately believe what I'm seeing.
Okay, so that was Candiace, and she was pretty much giving her thoughts and opinions about this whole K. Michelle fiasco on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? So this is what I gotta say. There is a possibility that Kay could have been told this, right? Because it's real. When you're doing reality TV, why is my camera doing this? Hold on, y'all. Because I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Like, what's going on here? Hold on, y'all. Let me fix this camera real quick. I hate when this happens while I'm doing the show. This is so annoying. Okay, there we go. So here's the thing. Now we do know that on reality TV, depending on who your producer is, sometimes producers can get in these girls' ear and say that this person said this or this person said that, or they are doing this or they are doing that. You feel what I'm saying? That can honestly happen. But it's up to you as the reality star to say you believe it or you don't. And it's really up to you as the reality star to basically confront the situation on camera. Now, just because a producer may have told you this is what they said, it don't mean that that is what they said. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't mean that that is actually true. That, you know, that don't mean that. Like, somebody could have told you anything and it could just be something that somebody told you. It don't necessarily mean that it's facts. You feel what I'm saying? It don't really mean that. So I do think that there is a possibility that someone told her this. I don't think that she just came up out of the blue with this and just decided to be a lunatic and just make up some shit in her head. I really do think that someone may have told her, whether it's a producer, whether it's someone that's on the show. Somebody told her something and she done brought it into this motherfucker and now she looks like a complete fool. But the way that she's looking is really all on her, because she's not really being 100 about where it came from and who she heard it from. That's the only issue with it. So whether or not someone told her that or not, it don't necessarily mean that that is true. But at the end of the day, it also could be true that somebody said it and it was actually true. But then again, the way that they're acting is like no one knows what the fuck she's talking about. So it could be one or the other. I mean, I really don't know. This is a very tricky situation for me because I don't know, but I do know how production goes. And sometimes people can tell you some shit and be like, well, that person said that. People can be in your ear and say this, and then you're inclined to believe it because they behind the scenes, and then you bring it to the show, then you look like a fucking idiot. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. But even, like I said, even if someone did tell her that, it's really on her to really listen to it and really take in what they're saying. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's all I really got for that. But Candiace gave us something. Now, these next few things that I'm about to discuss only involves K. Michelle. Now, K. Michelle has been on this press run all week doing these interviews, and these interviews are not helping. However, we're going to get into the first thing that people have been talking about. Yesterday, she went on Club Shay Shay, and he asked her about a versus battle. And this is what she said. Let's get into it.
Oh, I think I should do a versus.
Who you gonna go up against?
Probably the Muppet. But I mean,
who the Muppet?
Be so much. I'm not. I will not. She's supposed to be so much better than me. She, as an elitist and black person, she's so refined. But she's the one with teeth knocked out, sleeping with married men. Not me.
I don't know who you talking about.
Not me. But I'm low level, low class because of your family.
You don't want to tell me? Tell me in my ear.
No, I would never, because I think people understand. As far as that, I am over what they were saying in the last couple of years of like 10 million, and this person is about 2 million, and I put the 2 on the sister. And you steadily attacking me. So I've been quiet on your attacks. So now get up there, do your verses, little lady. Go for a little Muppet. Let's rock.
So that was K Michelle, and she was talking about a versus battle with Tamar. So first of all, I think that if she did a versus, the obvious opponent should be Tamar. That's the truth. Number 2, I think that they should, take this rivalry and make money with it. Do what Brandy and Monica did. Like, get it together. Y'all ain't gotta be friends like Brandy and Monica became friends, but take this little rivalry that y'all got and make do with it. Go do a versus. Most people, the mass majority of people, like the masses, like mainstream people, they don't know y'all songs like that. If we're gonna be real, like for K Michelle, the masses outside of us as blacks may know like Can't Raise a Man, VSOP. For Tamar, the masses would know like Love and War. But most of y'all music is popular amongst the urban audience. So y'all are not that far off with career. Y'all are not. Y'all are pretty much neck and neck, to be honest. Y'all both came out with albums in 2013. Y'all both came up. Y'all both had major deals, and before y'all was on reality TV. But then when y'all got on reality TV, the popularity went up, and then y'all were able to have successful careers. So y'all are pretty much neck and neck. Really, there's nobody's career that's better than the next person's career, if you ask me. But who do I think will win a versus battle between K Michelle and Tamar? I think it's K Michelle all day. I've never been like a fan of Tamar's music outside of a couple of songs. Like everybody like gives Love and War, the album, all of this acclaim, and I never liked that album. It wasn't good to me outside of a couple of records. Like, of course, the title track, and then you got All the Way Home is probably one of the best R&B songs to come out in the 2010s. And then you had the record, The One, then you had the Stay and Fight, Where It Hurts, and Pieces, but Hot Sugar was just Calling All Hearts. I didn't like that album, but a lot of people did. The only song that I really liked off Calling All Hearts was Catfish. And then I didn't even listen to the last few albums that she put out. So if you want to ask me if anybody makes better music, to me, it's K Michelle. Hands down. Like K Michelle is more versatile than Tamar, and she makes better musical choices than Tamar does. But that's just my opinion. Let me see. It's not Calling All Hearts. I'm sorry. It's Calling All Lovers. Her album title is way too close to Keisha Cole. But K Michelle and Tamar are one and the same. They're two sides of the same damn coin. Okay, this is why they don't get along. They're both Pisces. They're both overly emotional. They're shady as fuck, and that's why they can't get along with people. And their egos are too big. And for me, I just like K Michelle better because I relate to her. Tamar, I just find her merely irritating. Honestly, I never liked Tamar, even on Breaks and Family Values. I just don't like her. Like, that's just it. But if they were smart, they would really come together, do a tour. They would come together, do a versus. Like, do a versus and then follow that shit up with a tour. But y'all are way too petty and too far in y'all heads that y'all can't come together and really think about it. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I just feel as though it would be so much better if y'all would just come together and do something. It would mainly be that. And see, like Too Feisty said, right? It all goes back to musical senses. Like Too Feisty just said in the comments, Tamar is like a child of Mariah Carey vocally, which is why she likes Tamar better. I am a big Mary J. Blige, Monica. Those are my favorite singers. So, of course, the Keisha Coles and the K. Michelle's of the world will appeal to me because look at who I idolize, Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige is my favorite. So that's why I'm more in tune with Kay than I am with Tamar. It's the same thing with Mariah. Like, I've never been a big fan of Mariah Carey. People be so surprised when they hear me say that, but I've never been a big fan of Mariah Carey outside of her singles. You know, the only Mariah Carey album that I ever owned was The Emancipation. Like, I never cared to listen to any of her other albums. I just never really cared for Mariah like that. But again, I was more on the gritty Mary tip. That's what I liked. So it is what it is. But they're too petty to be business savvy to even put this into some real shit and really try to make it work out for them. I hate that for them. But Kay, I'm gonna say this: you can't keep calling a girl a muppet when you on here crying a bucket of tears about rumors that are damn near 10 years old. If somebody called you an oyster, you'll be fired up. We got to stop it with the insults. We know you don't like the girl. Listen, and I might be a little messy when I say this, but I don't care. You might not like the girl, but at the same time, you can also speak on her with a tad bit of respect. Like, if somebody asks me about Travis Ware, I'm not going to call him Fred Hammond. I'm not going to call him that. Even though the nigga can't stand me for whatever reason. Okay? I'm not going to sit up here and call his ass Fred Hammond, even if that is what I think about him in my head. I'm not going to call him that. If somebody asks me about Nicole Ray Hare, I'm not going to call her a big bag bitch. I already said that already to her. I really don't want to speak on her at all. But if somebody asks me about her, I'm not going to disrespect her and disrespect what she got going on. She's a great wig maker. I'm never going to disrespect her or deny her of that. That's just what it is. I'm never going to do that. So I said all of that to say, whether you like somebody or not, you ain't got to disrespect them when you speak on them. You feel what I'm saying? Like, no. Whenever I was asked about Nicole, I didn't disrespect her. After the whole shebang with the Thanksgiving shit, no matter what I was thinking in my head, I never disrespected her. I never clowned her. I did all that Thanksgiving night. I never clowned her. I never did any of that shit. When I was asked a question about her, I either answered it respectfully or I didn't answer it at all. So we just got to learn when you're being asked questions about people that you may have smoked with, or you know, questions about people that you may not see it for, it's okay to just answer the question with some respect and keep it moving. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So that's that, and that's all. So let's go ahead and get into the next thing, okay? Now, K. Michelle, I don't care about this part. Let me move on to something else. Let's get into this.
Of Atlanta, you can like switch networks, switch franchises. So what's that like now?
People are mad. It's a thing. It's like a trending thing.
Like once you here, you stay here. Don't be going over there.
Yeah, and to watch the girls. See, the girls in Atlanta have this clique, Shannon. Like, I don't know if you've gotten into the clique yet, but it's the clique of I'm cool, I'm rich, I'm this and that. I've never fit into anybody's clique.
Right.
So I've never been the girl when I talk about Blacks and being a lead and things like that. I've always had the written paper accolades, but my behavior has never.
You still that girl from Memphis. Yeah,
it's never given that, and they hated that. So a lot of these women want to be on this type of show, great money, showing your life, dealing with all of that. So when they found out a girl from Love and Hip Hop was coming to Atlanta that was, upscale, this and that, they really tried to give me a hard time. But the thing is, I am a housewife, regardless of the types you see or what you think. I give this housewife, I give that housewife, I just give myself.
Right. But now you're on there with Portia, Phaedra, Drew, Angela, Oakley, Pinky Cole. What's that? What's it like? What's it like now?
When I first had, I was shocked because you think this and that, here it's a mental and it's a verbal sparring.
Yes.
Like it's completely different. Like you ain't gonna slap nobody. You're not finna do that.
Right.
Everything is mental. And I think I get a kick out of it.
You like that, huh?
Oh, I think I get a kick off of just like thinking and saying what needs to be said.
But you are interacting with Oak, and I know Oak. I've known Oak 30 years. What's Oak like on reality television?
Him. Honestly, he is so cool. So in order to be in a room of all of this going on, and like our first connection is what, like, first episode came out, everybody's like, can we please get Charles and Kay just to sit and like talk? He just him. Like, and I took to that. Like it was just cool. It wasn't I'm being extra, I'm being Charles Oakley. It was just that, me and my wife, we cool. And that's what I took to. And I enjoyed the both of them.
Pinky Cole is on the show.
Yes.
And, she had the Slutty Vegan and it was booming, especially during COVID and after that. And she ran into some financial hard times. You are a former restaurateur. What's some of the conversations that you had with her that probably didn't make the show?
We talk every night outside of any camera. She's a Delta. I'm a Delta.
Okay.
She's smart as hell.
Yes.
When I say smart as hell, one thing about being a winner, you always have to accept your L's.
Yes.
And the things that happen to you.
But now you're on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
She says that she likes the mental aspect of being on the Housewives of Atlanta, but she acting like she can't handle it. That's the part that I don't understand. Like, if that's really the thing, then what's going on then? Like, why are you feeling the need to feel like this is, I don't understand her plight right now. Like, it's not making sense to me, but okay. Love you down, but no. So now she's going to talk about this plot of it all. And let's get into that. I'm not sure if I can have this up here. So let me put this up here. So let's listen.
Don't have me sitting in a circle of women coming in on positivity. You know what I'm saying? And you're plotting to make me react.
How did you find out they were doing that?
I was told. I was told.
So this isn't like you assume, like you were told.
No, I was told, then I watched. I watched everything. I watched it unfold. I watched the little jabs. I watched everything going on. Nothing was in my head. Nothing was me. Like, I've been on reality TV before. And when I went through my abuse, I was called a liar then too. So, Kay's too sensitive for the show. No, I'm tough as hell. Like I'm a tough one. The only reason I'm mad and I'm crying is because I know I can't slap you.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
It's not the way to do it. And I know I'm in a battle of not returning to the old me.
Right.
I'm battling self.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I am emotional. That's what part make my music great.
Yes. And where are things now between you and Portia? Because I saw the response. Really? Has it gotten to that point?
Man.
And why? And the reason I'm saying this because I think the hurt, it's clearly you're hurt, right? And I want people to really understand that. It's not just.
I'm there with that because, honestly.
Sure.
She's a fun girl, like all of that. And, we're dealing with a woman who for years have begun called lying on people. Every year. And to see, you know what I'm saying? To see certain fans or see things, just ignore the fact. It don't matter who told me. Sure. If God told me. We need to deal with the fact of what it was. But this been going on for years. This is reality TV. They can say, yo, toughen up this reality TV. I get it. And I play the game and I understand it. That don't mean I ain't going to have no emotion.
Right.
No emotions while playing it.
Yeah.
And when it comes to her, I feel like, you know, she feels like, you know, it's her show or whatever. I never play with line. I never play line leader games. You know, like you're never gonna have me fall in line. You're never gonna make me fall in line. It's just never going to happen.
So it could get to a better place. Maybe in the future, right? Maybe I'm trying to
other issues than me to deal with. Like,
sure.
You know, like, but when it comes to her, maybe so. I don't hate her. Don't have me sitting in a circle.
The post about you posting, her Portia posting, and then you posted this, and my jaw dropped. No different than you being 2 doors down from me, effing my ex, sitting in my face like you're a girl's girl. Is this real?
Yeah, well, I don't.
No, like meaning like because that sounds crazy.
I don't.
Like you know
that. Y'all have seen me. When have I lied on TV? I lied on. Why would I put that on a woman? One thing I don't do is put stuff and bodies and stuff on women. Even when we came in with you know, the Kelly situation, I was like, I don't know what that woman do with her hot pocket. I don't do certain things. Like some stuff is just not player. I'm just not that.
Like
But no, that you know that ain't false. You can't say you bringing me into a friend group and you around here you banging on my last known ex and telling him, and he telling me, and you sit here like you my friend. And I'm supposed to sit up here and be all open to be brought into this friend group, and I'm your friend. I'm trying to be your friend. You have you know, what I don't like to do is go on people, what people's reputation are, because I know I've had a reputation, and that's not it. So I try to be fair, But you also have to be aware, Your actions are not that of a girl's girl. They've never been, and. If you started looking at me, telling me how much you love me, and I'm knowing everything.
Now, to be fair, did she know? Were you guys friends at that time, or is it like?
No, it's not about that. I got a whole husband.
Right.
It ain't that. It's the fact that you'll see, because I may be getting a little bit ahead.
We'll see.
It's the fact that you were hiding something that you didn't have to hide. On purpose. When I would have sang at y'all wedding. Like, what do you mean? Like, but you sitting up here in my face, talking to me, to my ex, and he telling me.
Oh.
And the whole time we filming, I'm sitting there like this.
Wow.
I'm sitting there quiet. I'm not no fool. Like,
do we see?
Never one up me.
Do we see the rest of this on the season?
You gotta watch. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. I'm saying one thing it's gonna be, it's gonna be a real one when it come to me. I'm sorry. I'm not coming in there falling in line. I'm not coming there. If you fake, you fake.
Oh.
If you're loving, you're loving. If you had a bad day, have a bad day.
All righty then. So that was K Michelle. That was the last clip that I needed with this interview today. Now, let me first off say this, right? Because while I was off camera, I was just looking at y'all comments and stuff like that. And Teacup 11, let me talk to you for a second. So you left 3 comments in here, and I want to answer your question before I get into this, because I got to get up off of here in about 10 minutes, because roster review is in 10 minutes. So where is the comment at? It says, so y'all ain't go this hard when Portia was told that Kelly slept with a married man. Shake my head. I don't know who the y'all is, but for those of the people that's been, because I've never seen Teacup in my comments before, so welcome. That's number 1. But number 2, if you are new here, I have you know that if anybody was going hard on Portia for saying that shit, it was me. Okay, let's be all the way real. If it was anybody going in on her ass about saying some shit like that and just throwing it out, it was me. So we ain't gonna do that. The second one was, how do y'all know she not being 100 and have real emotions? Everybody don't have to speak on something, or maybe she eventually will, but wasn't ready in that moment. Well, she could have just not said nothing at all then. Why bring it up if you're not going to tell who did it? Because if I'm going to bring up something, and if I'm going to bring up a plot, then, you know, oh, she said it's the masses. Okay, I'm just being sure. You listen, we got to stop that y'all stuff. Y'all need to say the masses or somebody. But my thing with Kay is that she's not being all the way real about the situation. That's all I'm saying. Like, if somebody did something to you, then just do that. My problem with it is, if you saying that Portia has something to do with it, why are you allowing Portia to rub your back, have her arms around you if she the main person that did it? Then if you already knew that she was fucking on your ex and didn't tell you, then why in the hell are you sitting up here allowing her to rub your back and hold your hand and all that? And then you turn around and you want to bark like a damn pit bull at Drew. That's why everybody's confused about it. If you're going to, you know, if you're going to get at the people that had a whole plot against you and you're saying that it's Portia and Drew, well, give the energy to both Portia and Drew. Don't just be selective on who you want to give your smoke to. And then on top of that, you're sitting in interviews and then you're saying that, and then you're saying that it's fuck Portia. But on Twitter just a couple of days ago, you were literally saying that you love Portia, you and her are not in a good space, but you know, you eventually want to talk things out and make things work out. But now it's fuck her. But when I watched one of your, I think that whole interview that we looked at, because that was just a clip. But in at one part of the interview, you did say that it was because of the Carlos King interview that made you look and be like, well, it's fuck her then because of the Carlos King interview. Just say that. Say all of that. Say, I was willing to sit down with her until I saw the Carlos King interview and she was saying that I picked the wrong team and all that, because Portia did say she picked the wrong team as if her team is the right team to choose. Now, she did say that now, as if the girl. But yeah, when it comes down to this, like, Kay is making her own self look bad, and regardless of what anybody may have told her, this is something that she placed upon herself. So if she's looking crazy and if she's getting dragged on social media, then it's because of her own movements. That's just the truth of the matter. And that's it. And that's all. That's all I really got for that. Like, you can't blame nobody but yourself for that. Like, you got to move properly, and you're not moving properly. You just making yourself look like a complete fool right now. And that's not cool. You know, either you say it or don't. And I understand that we're only halfway into the season, but baby, you got to make these moves right now and say what you got to say right now. Okay. And that's just what it is. Okay. So that's it. That's it. That's all. That's all I got for K Michelle and all that. I'm honestly tired of talking about K Michelle the same way I'm tired of talking about Nova and Alfia from Chasing Atlanta. Let me tell y'all, I'm so glad that Chasing Atlanta is over. And I normally love me some Chasing Atlanta, but this season right here done woke me out. And it don't matter what a bitch say, somebody take it and run with it the wrong way. The fact that people were sitting up here trying to make it seem like we forced T to apologize to Tony Bryce the other night really bothers me. I just don't understand. But to each his own. I know that people gonna take whatever they want to, run whatever narrative they want to run with, child. Because y'all do know that we cannot force T to do shit that he don't want to do. To be honest, I would rather him not apologize to Tony at all. If you want me to be real, I would have rather him not apologize to her ass, because that's how he felt at that moment. But you know. But anyway, anyhow, that's it. So what I'm gonna leave y'all with right now. My next book is about to be is about to be in the process of being edited. And the next book, we're looking at a September-October date. So yes, my next book should be coming out in September or October this year. My publisher loved this second installment of That's Why You're Lonely, and she's ready to go in with the editing. But what she also told me was that she really wants to see this book become a series. Like, it is a series on, you know, with the literature part of it all, but she wants it to become a series as far as a show. And I am kind of thinking about how I'm going to go about this and turn this into a web series or something like that, and where I want to put it. Maybe I should put it here on my channel. I don't know, but I'm thinking about doing that. What else is going on? The Scene ATL, we're about to start back filming for season 2 in a couple of weeks. They interview the newbies this weekend. They interviewed the newbies Saturday. And they finalized the cast on Sunday, but they're not going to reveal who's on the cast, of course, until, you know, it's time to reveal it. But newbies will be finalized. Well, newbies will be interviewed on Saturday, and the cast will be finalized on Sunday. And then the people who's going to get chosen for the cast will receive their emails and shit like that, and we'll receive their emails and stuff like that, letting them know that they are picked. Me and Josiah will be working on our podcast this summer. Very excited about that. He'll be flying back and forth to Atlanta for that. Y'all see us working on that during the Scene ATL. We'll be filming that. It's a lot that we got going on and coming up at this moment. I'm still working on my own live show. Yeah, we're trying to figure out how we're gonna do that. And we'll, you know, but it's just in the beginning stages. I haven't really made up my mind. But I already know how I want it to go. I already know who I want to host it and things like that. I just gotta figure out where, when, how I want to do this. All this other stuff, you know. Bundy, Jamie, and Niecy were very inspiring at their live show. They told me I should do my own. So I just might need to stop doubting myself and just put it together. Feel what I'm saying? So we'll see. But shout out to the Ooh Ladies First Panel once again, because I'm still on the high about hosting their show. It was amazing. But look, y'all, I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here because we're y'all need to head on over to Josiah's page because we're about to go over there and do roast review. And we out of here, y'all. Until next time in between time, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.